me when you're ready.
It's always ready.
It's always, yeah, righto. Is the mic turned on?
Yeah.
Built not bought is a term that's used a lot on the internet, but I've never ever seen built not bought used quite as much as what it is on this car. So Mark V Fiesta with a Duratec engine, the revered Duratec Ford engine. It makes 310 horsepower through with the aid of a GT3071. Shout out to Pulsar turbos. Anyway, built not bought is about 800 kilos and 300 horsepower, and it's built from the ground up in a shed. Let's see what it goes like. We've got to wear masks for this.
Masks.
We're outside, it don't matter.
It don't matter, just do it. 2 metres apart, innit?
2 metres apart, that's it, yeah. This is Mark. Mark owns the car that he's built. It's a Mark V Fiesta. I'm literally just skirted over just a few details of it. Do you want to just give us a few bullet points, Mark, of like exactly, I mean, it looks like a regular Mark V Fiesta that you see parked by the side of the road that someone is taking their kids to school in and all that sort of stuff, but it's obviously far from that. The first thing I noticed, obviously, was the hole in the bonnet, and most people are going to be like, what the fuck have you cut a hole in the bonnet for? But
that's for the screamer pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically Mark V, set of 16-inch wheels that came with the car. It's on a cheap set of budget coilovers, 300mm front brakes.
Right, oh, so it's got some big brakes on it.
Yeah.
What would they have come off of?
They're ST170 discs with Mark III Mondo brake calipers.
And you just worked that out yourself, you thought, well, that
it's a really common upgrade for them,
Right.
Near enough bolt on, really.
So anyone that's going to look at the car, unless they know about the brakes and they haven't seen the bonnet, they're just going to think, oh, it's a regular Mark V Fiesta.
Yeah, a bit scabby looking.
Yeah. I'm all about sleeper cars, hence most of the stuff that I've got. I'm all right with it looking like that, because you want to be able to surprise someone with fast stuff, obviously, definitely. You know, and everyone's got new stuff nowadays, and it's nice to see something that someone's built from scratch. So, do you want to just pop the lid open? Let's have a look at the engine bay. When you see this, when I said like start from scratch, Mark was coming across problems like the inlet manifold wouldn't have fitted because you've used a Duratec engine, but the Duratec inlet manifold wouldn't have fitted because of where the bulkhead and that is. So he's made his own intake manifold. Just talk us through the intake, that side of things.
It's the original ST170 is in two halves, so I've used the half that bolts to the head, and then I've built my own plenum for it. Like the runners stop roughly about there, and they're flared out. And then it's the ST170 throttle body that's literally put.
So we're talking from scratch, out of plates of steel, welded it together, ground up. Yeah. I mean, an inlet manifold's going to cost you, you know, an aftermarket one's 200 or 300 quid, isn't it? Straight away. Yeah,
they can go up a lot more than that.
What do you reckon? The first thing, obviously, that the question that I begged straight away was, what's it going to cost if someone hasn't got the budget to just go and send their car somewhere and have something built? If you had the car anyway. If you're going to do something like this, roughly what do you think, and you had the fabrication skills that you got, what do you reckon it would cost to sort of build what you've got here?
Well, the whole car, me and my partner reckon I was probably just over 3k now.
Right, okay. And that's start to finish?
That's start to finish with the car. That's the second engine it's had as well.
Yeah.
It's had 3 turbos, bits and pieces and that, so yeah.
If you had no issues and you were to build it, like, say you didn't have to buy the extra turbos, you didn't have to buy a second engine, if you thought I'm going to fish those bits out of like eBay or somewhere, boom, how much do you reckon you could build it for?
If you was going to do it on a standard engine and not run mega amounts of boost, you'd probably do it for like well over £1,000.
Really?
If you've already got the car, yeah.
And you knew what you're doing, do a bit of research and that sort of stuff. That's £1,000 to get sort of that sort of performance, which is equivalent to modern day performance cars, isn't it? You know. So you made your own exhaust manifold, made your own screamer pipe, made your own downpipe, I presume.
Downpipes made,
made your own engine mounts, intercooler piping.
Well, it's a universal kit for eBay. I've had a couple of bits only welded, but yeah, I had to buy like an extra bend like that one because it goes from 2.25 inch down to what I can't remember what size that was. I found. Yeah, just only a couple of Benz. That was £140 in the cooler kit.
But from scratch, just and the engine mounts you made yourself as well. And you've
I made that engine mount, but because it uses the original gearbox, the gearbox mounts are all factory.
Yeah. Standard what was it? 1.3.
Yeah, 1.3.
1.3 gearbox with what was the clutch you said was in it?
CG Motorsport Super Sport 6-pedal clutch.
And you need, obviously, because the power it's making, it needs to be.
And because you have to run a 1.8 Z-Tech flywheel on that engine to use that gearbox. So it's a slightly smaller clutch, so you need something really aggressive to handle the power.
Grabby, yeah. When does it come on boost? Does it come on quite quick, or?
Roughly, but depending on what boost I'm running, on 20 PSI it'd be about 4k now.
Yeah, which is, you know, it's not being too hard on the drive shafts and that sort of stuff. It was free. Let's point out as well that it had a T04 turbo on it originally.
T04E eBay turbo.
And it made 310 horse, and that's what we're stating it at, but it's now got a 3071R dual ball bearing, with a billet wheel, so it's probably making a lot more power than the 310. What would you, I mean, if we're going to estimate it, what's your butt dyno saying?
320, 325 I'd say.
Okay. In such a light car, I mean, it's going to feel lively, isn't it? Does it spin the tyres in third in the dry?
Can do as you get a bit higher up the revs, because it seems to make quite a lot more power higher up the
further up. Yeah. It's got, there's a little trick in the boot, there's nitrous in the boot as well, but it's not hooked up at the moment.
Well, I was going to use that for anti-lag with the old turbo, but I don't think I'm going to need it now.
No, it's making enough steam. Everything I look at, this is another one of those projects, everything I look at, the whole thing could be hours long, because every single thing I look at is non-standard, apart from the gearbox, obviously, which we're joking about.
How about the change in gear?
Yeah, I think we'll have a look at, show us inside, just run us through inside a little bit, Mark. Just so basically, Mark's used an ECU. What was the brand of the ECU?
Speed Reno. Speed
Reno, right? So this is if you're building a budget build, and you want a standalone ECU, Speed Reno. If we can get a link, we'll try and do that. But the ECU was how much?
I paid £300 for it because I bought it fully assembled.
Right, ready to go. Well, apart from your loom, obviously.
Yeah, I had to build the loom for it.
Yeah, so 300 quid. If you're looking at even the most basic aftermarket ECUs are going to be 500 quid upwards, for example, something like that. But he's mapped it all himself. Everything is done himself. He's mapped it himself, and he's built the wiring loom himself. But it's got a lot of options in it. So it's got boost by gear. It's got anti-lag, flat shifting.
It's got boost control, launch control, flat foot shifting, VVT. There's a few other bits and pieces.
It's good, isn't it, for the money? That's ridiculous. So if you just have a look for it, you might want to go down the passenger side, Stu, just so we can have a look at this boost control.
Yeah, this is my DIY boost by gear. I run 15 PSI first, second, and then when I get into third, I'll hit the button. And
that's so quality, isn't it?
That turns the boost control solenoid on, so then whatever the ECU set to, that's what boost it'll run when that's
so otherwise you're just going to waste the tyres, drive shafts and all that sort of stuff. So as he shifts into third, his knuckle hits a button on the dashboard to give you an extra £6-7 boost? Something like that. Yeah. It's just clever, he's just thinking. He's thinking over technical stuff.
I've got the magical 310 horsepower lights.
That's what it was. That is what it was. All you got all your gauges. I suppose you got a wideband boost gauge.
Yeah, got AEM wideband boost gauges there. Oil pressure and oil temperature as well, and I monitor the coolant temperature through the ECU through the tablet that's all plugged into it.
And the tablet just hooks up straight to the. You got all your telemetry, RPMs, engine temp, and all that sort of stuff.
You can change all the gauges to read what they want, but I've got all the essential bits on there.
Oil pressure and that sort of stuff as well. Oh man, it's just talk about from scratch. I mean, it's just. How long do you reckon it's taken you?
It's taken me. I've owned the car 3.5 years now.
And it's had 2 engines in that time, 2 turbos, loads of other stuff. You tuned it all on the road, did you?
Yeah, me and my mate Lewis over there, we tuned it all between us. He drove the car, I mapped it, then done a lot of it from data logs.
Yeah.
Like that, so.
Done a lot of fuel and a lot of tuning.
Yeah.
Well. I mean, this is what I mean, Stu. If I started picking out every little thing, it's just going to be ages and ages of just going through stuff. What about you? So the exhaust is a factory Z-Tech exhaust?
No, it's it took me quite a while to find that because I was looking for. I originally had it coming out the front bumper, but it was a bit too loud.
Yeah.
And because I only ever put a 1.6 in these, I was really struggling to find a 2.5-inch system. But I managed to find one, so it's my own downpipe coupled to that system. And I've put a different back box on it so it looks more sleeper.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 silencers in it, so it's reasonly quiet.
It's not as loud as until the wastegate opens,
until the wastegate
and then you get the lightsaber coming out the bonnet, as Mark says.
Yeah.
All right, well I think we better go for a drive and see what happens. Right, we're in the Focus. Sorry, we're in the Fiesta. We've got over 300 horsepower to play with, and it's all hand built. This is the hand built car we were just been talking about. But Jesus, that's not 300 horsepower.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't want to hazard a guess.
It sounds mental with that wastegate coming out the bonnet. That feels like a healthy lot more than 300 horse.
Yeah, it is.
I was not expecting that. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's more than 300 horse. And it does a wheel spin.
It does a bit, but...
Yeah, but I mean, considering what it's trying to put down.
It goes down nice, doesn't it?
Fucking right, it does. Jesus. You would not... If you were driving some modern, like, fast car, I don't know what, AMG Merc or something like that, you would be seriously surprised if this come past you. It sounds amazing as well. I've always thought about what it'd sound like to have a wastegate coming out the top, but in the MR2 and that, but it is actually, because you don't have to have it loud all the time, unless you're on throttle.
I used to have it going to the floor, and it, you know, it's the same sort of pipe, but just going somewhere else, and it sounds so much quieter when it goes.
Yeah, it takes a bit of fun out of it as well, doesn't it? That is more than 300 horsepower all day long. Oh, jeez. Have you raced anything in it yet?
Yeah, loads of shit.
What stuff have you raced that you thought like, oh, we'll have a go and gone past it?
Pretty much any Focus ST, not a local man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a race with a 450 brake on it, pulled off from it, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It's got to have more than 300 horsepower in it. And it's clean as well. There's no stuttering, there's no it's clean map, isn't it?
It is running really rich on boost, it is touching really low 11s, but don't really want to go too lean on it.
Yeah, it's just about being safe, isn't it? Jesus. Fiat run for its money. The smile on your, like the reaction you must get from some people when you come past it must be priceless.
Yeah, some get the other bait.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you must feel like sometimes you just want a GoPro on the side of it, just to get a. Oh man. God, yeah.
I think the bottom edge of it's hanging a bit as well.
It does feel like there's a bit. It doesn't clonk or anything, but you can feel there's a bit of urgency
it makes
to
a
it.
horrible noise when you I don't know, it's weird.
Thing is, if you're changing gear quick, that's kind of what you need, isn't it? You need it to be able to grab it.
I try not to go too aggressive because of that gearbox, but sometimes when you're in the moment, it's just fucking.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Well, I was hoping we would get that Fiat 500, but. And you reckon you've built it for what, about £3,000? Did you say?
Yeah, probably just over, I'd imagine. Yeah, I need to sit down and work it all out one day because it's been an ongoing project for 3.5 years.
You sort of lose track, don't you?
I try not to keep track. I've told my missus just over £3,000.
I think that's probably it. We'll edit that one out, Stu, so when she watches it. So was that, I don't know if the boost was set, I don't know if I touched that.
No, that's high boost.
Woo!
You can do it first to set, it's more not first if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Does it, I suppose you get a lot more wheel spinning first and second. Yeah. I can't believe you've done it all, like, even when it gets tough, people tend to go, well, I'll buy that because it's going to be a pain in the arse making that, but you've still made it anyway.
Yeah.
Fair play to you, mate. Jeez. I can't believe how well it puts the power down.
Yeah, because I get asked a lot about how well does it put the power down. And I'm
like, oh, that's plenty. I know what you mean though, because like, as you get up to the sort of speed we're doing, like motorway speeds,
Yeah, you can feel it.
You can feel it, yeah, and you think it's not really any point in pushing it any harder than that because you felt the acceleration, haven't you?
I'm going to polybush it and that.
Yeah.
It's destroying. I'll be honest, I've pretty much spent 3.5 years doing the engine. I've only just started making it look better.
Yeah, and you've done that outside of having a full-time job as well.
Yeah,
It's not like you've had like, you know, all the time in the world. I can't believe how well it grips. I think that's probably the most noticeable
And that's an
part about it.
open diff.
Exactly. It should be spinning one. Like I've got that. I've got a Mark 1 Golf with a 180 in it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's a great little car. But first and second gear, you've got no chance. It just spins one tyre. It's an open diff as well, and that just spins the fuck out of one tyre.
Because it's quite a big turbo abs, it comes on very progressive.
That's right. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
But when it comes on, it hits you like a hammer, though.
Oh yeah.
Go on then, boy.
What did you reckon, Stu?
Well, I did just go out in it and get some drive-bys, and it's more than 300 brake.
That's definitely more than 300 brake in it. And when Stu couldn't use the first bit of anti-lag footage or launch control footage that you have seen in the video because he shit his pants and almost dropped the camera. Anyway, it is loud and it's built completely ground up. That's what I kept going on about. It's definitely more than 300 horsepower, but it's fun. The guy's obviously having, you know, Mark's obviously having great fun driving it, and he can use it every day. So what's better than that? It's like it's the old tale of, you know, knowledge is power, and he's built it himself because of what he's learnt along the way. So thank you very much to Mark for
Thank you, mate.
But letting us go out in his car and enjoying it for today, because he could be doing something far more interesting than driving us plonkers around in the winter. So there you have it. If you like what you've seen today, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell when you can. We've got loads more stuff coming up, particularly the stuff that's on the back of that trailer at the moment.
Shit up.
Hey, don't be so fucking mean about it.
Oh, it's an MGB. I apologise. It's historical.
Mate, me and you're going to fall out about that. Anyway, so there you have it. Come and join us. We've got more stuff coming up and more developments on the Datsun. But that, if you want to build something yourself that goes fucking fast, you can do it for $3 if you're willing to fucking learn. There you go.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up.